Yes, I know. I'm super late. Everybody was getting their videos out yesterday talking about DC fandom, but I was painting my house yesterday. But I do want to get into DC fandom, and I want to talk about this from a Marvel perspective. In terms of me being a diehard Marvel fan, unapologetic Marvel fan, I want to share my thoughts on the four trailers really from yesterday's DC fandom. So let's talk about the Batman. We'll talk about Flash. We'll talk about Shazam, and then we'll talk about Black Adam. So listen, man. The Batman trailer looked fantastic. I loved what I saw there. I love the mood of it. The production value was great. I love the type of Batman that it looks like we are going to get in this. Zoe Kravitz looks great as Catwoman, and even the villains look fantastic in this. And that opening scene with the Riddler in the coffee shop, man, this thing looks like it is going to be very good. And the cinematic value of the storytelling, just from the trailer, I was impressed with. I also thought the trailer was good because it gave us enough to get excited about, but I feel like it didn't give away too what I'm really looking forward to the Batman and what might become of this movie. I am a little saddened that this movie will not be part of the DCEU because it seems to me that most of the standalone movies have been fantastic, Joker being one of them, but none of these characters we are going to get to see in the DCEU, and there severely needs to be some synergizing of all of these movies in the DCEU. But I'm supremely looking forward to Matt Reeves, the Batman. I cannot wait to see what Pattinson does to this role. And I think actually that he could be a big surprise for those of us who are still wavering on whether or not he can pull off Bats. I think Pattinson is going to surprise a lot of us if you're in that category. Now, perfect transition to talk about The Flash. So I was not super impressed by the Flash trailer. It did feel like something pieced together, and Ezra Miller all but came out and said that. Like, we gotta give you something, it's DC fandom. Let me take a little bit of this. Oh yeah, let me get some of that. And you pour it on, shake it up. Here you go. Here's the trailer for The Flash. It felt a little bit tacked together, but I will say that it was intriguing what we got there. It was fascinating to hear what appeared to be Michael Keaton's voice directing or voicing over that trailer, and to see Ezra Miller going back in time and apparently talking to Michael Keaton's Batman alongside another Flash and what appeared to be Supergirl. So I am kind of fascinated to see what they do with this, and I do think the potential for this to be phenomenal for DC, and it absolutely for the folks out there that are saying that this is DC's opportunity to reboot the DCEU, man, you don't get a better chance than this. It absolutely is there. So I really hope that this is a good movie. And it needs to be good from every aspect. The performances need to be good. The writing needs to be good. The cinematography needs to be good. All of those things need to hit on all cylinders for this to come across well. And it could be the shot in the arm that DC needs to revitalize their universe, because they are in desperate need of synergy. Now, let's talk about Shazam. So I'm not sure if you saw my Shazam review, but I was not impressed by this movie. A lot of Shazam fans were really happy about the first one, but the first one I was not impressed by at all. Now, fair enough to say I did not read Shazam comics. I don't know how true to that story of Billy Batson, how true it was to the source material. Maybe it was on point in my ignorance. It's causing me not to like the film as much. But I did not like the first film. I thought it was dull, I thought it was childish, and I didn't feel like it had enough action, and I felt like the story was not strong enough to carry it without enough action. But I'm hoping that in this second one, Fury of the Gods, we get something better. But I will tell you that we do need more action in this, and it needs to be more of a spectacle. And from what you saw from the trailer, they're saying that we might get that. It does have the star power in there of Helen Mirren, as well as Lisa Liu, I believe, is in there. I'm not a big fan of Levi as Shazam. I didn't like him in the first one, and I think the suit that he has looks ridiculous. Almost all of those costumes look ridiculous, but his in particular, because the muscle structure in there is just not working. Come on, man! It looks like my 5-year-old cousin's Spider-Man suit, and he's about as skinny as a stick, but they got the puffy muscles in there to make him look like Spider-Man. That's what it looks like. So I really hope they do a better job with this, with the production value of this. Also, I think they need to do a really good job with the cinematography and the CGI, because apparently there are going to be a lot of different creatures in this, and those are mythological creatures, so we really need the CGI to be on point. I think all those things are going to be important for this movie to come across well for me. All of the visual aspects, as well as the performances and the story, all needs to come across well. But they're saying that it's going to be pretty epic. So we'll see what happens with Shazam, but I'm not really looking forward to Shazam Fury of the Gods, but maybe I'll be pleasantly surprised. I really hope so. Now, let's talk about Black Adam. First off, I'm really looking forward to Black Adam because I love The Rock. Man, I'm such a huge fan. And I know some people is like, listen, Al, The Rock is the same in every movie. It doesn't matter what he's playing. The Rock is The Rock is The Rock. And in Shazam, The Rock's going to be, you guessed it, The Rock. Listen, I love that dude. And I'm really excited about this story. So again, this is something that I need for it to be good because I'm really looking forward to it. But most of all, it is the characters that are in Black Adam that I'm really looking forward to. And the biggest one that I'm really looking forward to is Dr. Fate. Man, I love Dr. Fate. I'm excited to have Pierce Brosnan to play Dr. Fate, and the things that he's saying about the film in terms of saying he's never seen anything like it, that's exciting to me. So what I hope, though, especially as it relates to Dr. Fate, that we get him in more than just a fleeting moment, that we actually see him be a large part of the story. But I'm also excited about the other characters in there. I cannot remember this actor's name is playing Hawkman, but I'm excited about him as well because I've liked him in other things also. So the potential for Black Adam to be huge, I think, is there as long as, again, we get good cinematic value and we get really good storytelling. I think that this could be something that's really on point. And of course, you know, the rumor is that we might see Henry Cavill somewhere make an appearance in Black Adam, which would be awesome because that would all but confirm, at least in my opinion, that it will be officially in the DCEU as Superman. So we'll see how all of that goes. Thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure you check out more videos on the channel. They're either right here or right there. I'll see you guys on the next video. Subscribe to and all that kind of stuff. Peace.